circumstance. Here we go, nice and big in the opening. And 3, 4, crescendo.
Thank you to degree candidates Dana Ferris and Taylor Conley for opening our program. Now, let us join our hearts in prayer. Most gracious and loving God, we gather before you this day in celebration of life, changing, growing, in and before you. We pray that your Spirit would overwhelm our hearts this day, so that all we do and say may be bound by your will for us. We give you thanks for those graduating today, for the joy, promise, and hope embodied in their exuberant zeal to embrace, engage, and affect the future. Now, O Lord, by your providence, guide us, sustain us, lift us, hold us, be with us in our joy and excitement as we experience with full hearts the gift of this day. To you, O God, our Redeemer, Sustainer, and Creator, we do pray. Amen. Please be seated. Graduates, family members, and honored guests, faculty, administrators, and staff, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the chairman of the University of Tulsa Board of Trustees, L. Dwayne Wilson, class of 1962.
Thank you, Chaplain Francis, and good morning to all of our graduates, family and friends, and honored guests. Welcome also to those joining us today via our web stream. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 135th commencement exercises of the University of Tulsa. Graduates, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I congratulate you on completing your studies and fulfilling the rigorous demands of your respective programs. I also commend you for preparing yourself to be a lifelong contributor to whatever you might choose to do after TU. A sharpened sense of personal responsibility, a commitment to helping others, and the ability to work with a variety of and a wide range of colleagues will prove to be important contributors to your success. I also congratulate the parents, family members, and friends who have supported you along the way and helped you reach this very important day of transition. Graduates, as you put your learning to use in your new surroundings, our confidence is very high that you will be valued members of those communities, just as you've been extremely valuable to the TU family. As you begin the next chapter, the board and I ask you to use your new status as TU alumni to strengthen the university and help create opportunities for those that will follow in your footsteps. We, the board, look forward to working with you in a new way, and we're confident that you will make outstanding contributions to the future of this great university. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the president of the University of Tulsa, Dr. Stedman Upham.
Thank you very much, Chairman Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the faculty, the administration, and staff, I join Chairman Wilson in welcoming all of you to celebrate our graduates today. Graduates, this is it. Job well done. You can clap. Graduates, this commencement is really a bookend to a ceremony that you were part of when you first came to the university, our matriculation ceremony. So matriculation and commencement really bookend your times here at TU. We welcomed you formally into the campus community at that time, and I don't know whether you remember, but I had some words to say to you at that time, and my remarks were centered around the big news of that summer, which had been the budget gridlock in Washington, D.C., and the threat of a government shutdown. I used that struggle to illustrate the tension between firm principles and flexible pragmatism. And I noted in Washington, in the workplace, and here on the TU campus, it is essential to know who you are and what you stand for. But it is also essential to be able to collaborate in order to solve problems and achieve progress. We trust that your TU education has helped you in both of these areas, and I can easily see that you have made far more progress in the 4 years that you have been here than Washington has. Here at TU, I know you've had many opportunities to challenge yourselves, to get to know more about who you are as a person. And I know you've also had ample time to work with your fellow students, with the very distinguished professors that surround you today, and members of the Tulsa community. Much of the value of that experience comes from the effort that you have put into it and your commitment to each of those interactions. But differences in belief, differences in cultural background and working style, and just about every other conceivable area where difference can be measured has been part of your experience. And I know from talking to many of you that you emerge from these experiences as stronger individuals, more effective communicators, and ultimately more inspired citizens. So we now challenge you to put what you have learned to good use in your life. We expect you to use your knowledge and perspectives to transcend limitations, and we encourage you to be finders of consensus and builders of community wherever you are. This is the work for which you have been prepared, and we are excited to see you leave our campus now and begin that adventure. Remember, however, that you are forever a part of the TU family, and we cherish that idea, and we welcome you back anytime you are close to Tulsa. So again, on behalf of your professors and everyone here on campus, I congratulate you on distinguishing yourselves as graduates, and I wish you every success as you enter the next chapter of your lives. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not expect severe weather today, but were we to have severe weather, each of you has been given an evacuation plan and a sheltering plan. You will be assisted by security and/or ushers, should that occasion arise. But we are in Oklahoma, so we need to recognize the potential threat. Let me take a moment to recognize the representatives who are seated on the platform today. I will ask each individual to stand as I call his or her name and to remain standing until all have been identified. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. And let me begin with our very distinguished Board of Trustees, reintroducing Chairman Dwayne Wilson, and the trustees, Barbara Allen, Fred Dorwart, Dr. John Forrest, Cheryl Gronendijk, Susie Collins Henschel, Robert Lorton, Roxana Lorton, Andy McKay, Sanjay Meshri, the Reverend James Miller, Charles Monroe, Clifton Talbert, and Steve Turnbow. Also seated on the platform are the following university administrators: Kayla Acebo, Vice President for Institutional Advancement; Adrian Alexander, the RM and Ida McFarland Dean of the Library; Phil Applegate, Dean of Lifelong Learning. Roger Blaze, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Kevin Buck, Executive Vice President. Jacqueline Caldwell, Associate Vice President. Dr. Gerald Clancy, Vice President for Health Affairs and Dean of the College of Health Sciences. The Reverend Jeff Francis, Sharp Chaplain. Derek Gregg, Vice President and Director of Athletics. Janet Haggerty, Vice Provost for Research and Dean of the Graduate School. Earl Johnson, Vice President for Enrollment and Student Services. Dwayne King, Vice President for Museum Affairs and Director of the Helmrich Center for American Research. Janet Levitt, Dean, and Dean John Rogers Endowed Chair of the College of Law. Kalpana Misra, Dean of the Henry Kendall College of Arts and Sciences. Susan Neal, Vice President for Public Affairs and Economic Development. James R. Sorum, Dean of the College of Engineering and Natural Sciences. And A. Gail Sullenberger, Dean of the Collins College of Business. And finally, also to welcome Benet Agarwal, National President of the TU Alumni Association, Professor Charles Adams, President of the TU Faculty Senate, Michael Mancini, President of the TU Student Association, and Lucinda Ross, President of the Tulsa chapter of the TU Alumni Association. And last but not least, our commencement speaker, Stuart Crum, Chairman and President of Bridgestone Retail Operations and member of the TU Class of '82. Please join me in giving this group a round of applause. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President of the Faculty Senate, Professor Charles Adams, who will present the awards for teaching excellence. He will be followed to the podium by Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Roger Blaze, who will present the Medicine Wheel Awards. Professor Adams.
Thank you, President Upham. 35 years ago, the University of Tulsa established a university-wide program of awards for excellence in teaching. Each year, colleagues and students choose the recipients of these awards according to a rigorous selection process. This annual exercise ends up being quite an inspiration for us because it produces a body of nominees who are passionate about what they do and consistently excellent in their approaches to teaching. Because teaching is at the heart of our mission, the Outstanding Teacher Award is among the highest and most meaningful honors that the University of Tulsa bestows. An individual can win the award only once. Past winners whose names appear in the commencement program have set a high standard that has made this honor coveted and respected. I am delighted to announce the 3 recipients for the 2014-2015 academic year. As I call each person's name, I will ask that person to rise, and when all names have been called, I will ask that the recipients come together to the podium. Congratulations to John Arnold, Associate Professor of Ancient and Medieval History, Karen Cravens, Chapman Professor of Accounting, and Ralph Jackson, Associate Professor of Marketing. As they come forward, let's congratulate them on this well-earned honor. On behalf of the students, faculty, and administration, I am privileged to present to each of you an engraved medallion and an award in the amount of $2,000 in recognition of your excellence in teaching. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Adams, and congratulations to the award winners. Service is central to the University of Tulsa's mission because, of course, learning is meaningful only when it is translated into a better world. This year, we are pleased to extend our tradition of bestowing the Medicine Wheel Awards, honoring faculty, staff, students, and campus organizations for meritorious service to others. This year's outstanding recipients are featured in your program booklet, and we hope that you will take the time to learn more about their inspiring work. I will ask our honorees to rise as I call their names and come to the podium after all 4 names are called. Please hold your applause until all the recipients are on stage and have received their plaques. The Staff Award goes to Devra McManus, Administrative Associate, Office of the Executive Vice President. The Faculty Award goes to Lee Ann Nichols, Associate Professor of Nursing in the College of Health Sciences. Student Award goes to Lauren Stanley, Senior in the Henry Kendall College of Arts and Sciences. And the Organization Award goes to the University of Tulsa women's basketball team, represented by Caden Brady and Mariah Turner. As they come forward to the podium, please join me in congratulating our Medicine Wheel Award honorees. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you, and now I will return the podium back to President Upham. Thank you, Provost Blaze. As we work to prepare our students for a lifetime of achievement, we recognize that our efforts build upon the work of many other teachers, mentors, and guides. Most recent among these partners are the high school teachers who taught our students before they came to TU. So often, these teachers impart much more than just knowledge of a subject. The best among them can kindle excitement about learning itself and convey a greater sense of the possibilities of a well-considered life. These perspectives contribute enormously to the success of our students once they arrive here on campus. Today, we follow our custom of honoring 3 high school teachers for the inspiration that they have given to their students. These educators were chosen from a group nominated by members of this year's graduating class. Each honoree will receive a TU medallion, a $2,000 cash award, and a $1,000 prize for their school to be used as the teachers designate. Each will also receive a certificate along with a copy for their school. I'd like to ask Vice President Earl Johnson to greet our honorees as they come to the platform. Would their recipients and their student nominators please come to the stage as I call your names? And please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Jim Swanson, who is a counselor, soccer coach, and diversity facilitator at Creighton Preparatory School in Omaha, Nebraska. Jim was nominated by degree candidate Paul Subchek. Alan Drover, who is retiring this year after 42 years as a public school teacher. Alan has taught history, AP government, political philosophy, and several other subjects at Edison Preparatory School right here in Tulsa. He is also a member of the TU class of 1970. Alan was nominated by degree candidate Nigel Cook. And Mike Page, who teaches AP History, AP Economics, and coaches lacrosse at Cheyenne Mountain High School in Colorado Springs. Mike was nominated by degree candidate Joshua Parker. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding teachers. Graduates, it's now my pleasure to introduce the commencement speaker for your graduation, who sat in your spot 33 years ago. Stuart Crum has put the years to outstanding use since his graduation, building a distinguished executive career in the automotive retail industry. If you drive a car, it is highly likely that your service experiences have been shaped by his leadership. Today, Stuart serves as chairman and president of Bridgestone Retail Operations. This company has more than 23,000 employees and does about $4 billion in annual sales. The company's 2,200 tire and service centers operate under very familiar names: Firestone Complete Auto Care, Tires Plus, Hibden Tires, and others. Before joining Firestone, Stuart served as president of Jiffy Lube International, which serves about 22 million customers every year. Stu is a member of the class of 1982. He majored in marketing, and he attended TU on a football scholarship. After graduating from the university, he spent 3 years in the National Football League as a professional place kicker. We're grateful that Stu has come back to help advance TU as a member of our Collins College of Business Advisory Board and as a member of our Advisory Council for the Master of Energy Business. These service roles are among several ways that Stu gives back to the community and to the industry. You will find some other notes about his career in your program. I would like to point out, however, his former service as National Vice President for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. We're pleased to welcome Stu and his wife Mia, who's seated in the audience. They are good friends of TU, and it's always a pleasure to have them back on campus. Please join me in welcoming Stuart Crum.
Well, good morning. I am so proud to be here representing the class of 1982. Any 82 graduates in the audience today? There we go, got a couple. My friend Ed, all right. Who's got a daughter graduating today, which is pretty cool, I'm also extremely honored to be your commencement speaker today. I can't think of a greater honor for a University of Tulsa graduate to come back as a commencement speaker. So I suggest you all put it on your bucket list. All right? It's a pretty cool thing. Now, there's one thing that is the same 33 years ago that is the same today. The commencement speaker, which happens to be me today, stands between you and your diploma. All right? So I clearly understand that. So I promise to be pithy, which means I'll be quick. And I just want to share a few things with you that I have learned since my last 33 years of graduating from TU. I want to first start with a story. Dr. Upton said that I was a place kicker. And usually when I went places and I would go to facilities, they actually thought I was the trainer. At 5'7", 160 pounds, they don't usually consider you a place kicker, or a part of the football team, I should say. But in 1983, I call it my second senior year at the University of Tulsa. It was my second senior year because in 1982 I graduated, but I actually tore my retina in my left eye. And I had to miss my entire senior season. So I came back, I actually went to graduate school, started my MBA, and finished my football eligibility. And so I came back for that second senior year. I was very fortunate that I had a coach by the name of John Cooper, that when he passed the 50-yard line, John would always kick field goals. So my senior year, I led the nation in field goal attempts. Not field goals, field goal attempts. But I was actually, I think, second or third. I should know this, but I was second or third in the nation in field goals, which allowed me to actually get a lot of attention from some NFL teams. So I want you to share the story with me. 1983, it's 3 weeks before the NFL draft. At this point, I'd already played in the Senior Bowl, so I'd kicked in front of every NFL team. I'd been to every combine. It's not quite the same 33 years ago. We had one ESPN station. It went for 12 hours a day, so we didn't have all the stuff on ESPN. But I had done all the stuff, but I got a call 4 weeks before the draft from the special teams coach for the New York Giants. And he says to me, "Stu, I want to come out and personally watch you kick." That was cool. I was excited about that. So on the appointed day, he comes out to the field, and he puts 10 footballs on the 30-yard line. True story, by the way. I'm not making this up, okay? Puts 10 footballs on the 30-yard line across the hash mark. He says, "Stu, I want you to kick for me." So this is easy. 40 yards to the field goal. I was thinking to myself, 40-yarders, that's a chip shot. I had a 58-yarder my senior year. I knew I could make that. I was getting kind of cocky and confident. I lined up to take my kick, and I'd show you what I would do. This is my football, okay? You can't see it from down there. So I lined up to take my kick, and he says, "Stop." I said, "What do you mean stop?" He says, "Stop." He says, "Stu, I know you can kick a field goal. I want you to do something a little bit different. I want you to hit the right upright." Now, if you're not an American football fan, let me explain to you what the goalposts are like on a football field. You have two goalposts at the end of the field, two uprights that go 20 feet in the air, and the upright's about 3 inches in diameter. He wants me from 40 yards, hit the right upright. No one had ever asked me to do that before. But by golly, I wanted to play in the NFL, so I was going to do anything he wanted me to do that day. So once again, I lined up, took my steps, and swung my foot. The ball went for what it felt like eternity to me. Eternity. Slow motion. But all of a sudden, at the end of the field, I hear this bing! I'm not sure who was more surprised, the special teams coach or me. But I started running around the field. I'm high-fiving everybody who see me. I am the most, you would have thought I won the lottery. I just hit the right upright. I don't think that coach had ever seen anybody do that before. And I knew that I couldn't do it again. But by golly, I hit the right upright. So I had to kick 9 more, darn it. So I went back and I kicked 9 more. Okay, I kicked 9 more times. I was close a couple times. I didn't make any more. He said, "Stu, why do you think I asked you to do that?" I said, "Coach, I have absolutely no idea." He says, "Well, here's what I've learned. I've learned that when college players come to the NFL, they aim for the goalpost. They aim for the goalpost. But what we teach our NFL kickers to do is to pick something very, very small within that goalpost. And that's the aim for." He said, Stu, when you miss a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left of the goalpost, what happens? I missed the field goal. He says, now, if you aim in the middle of that goalpost and you miss a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, what happens? You still make your 3 points. It changed the whole way that I looked at kicking. No longer was I kicking at the goalpost, I was aiming for something very small. I used that story 32 years ago as a metaphor for my life. Also, what he was telling me was this. He didn't tell me this, but this is what I thought that day. Don't aim for good. Aim for great in everything you do. Don't aim for good. Aim for great. And I thought about that story over and over. If I was to name this a commencement address, I would say, aim for the upright of life. Aim for the upright of life. That's what life is all about. It's aiming for greatness in everything you do. I'll pick my football up now. Okay. 3 quick points I want to make right now, and they're 3 quick points, okay? Number 1, I want to talk about family. I suspect if we look around here today, that there's a lot of mothers and fathers, grandmothers and grandfathers, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters, fair to say, and they're probably here for one of 3 reasons. The first reason, most importantly, they're here because they love you, and graduates, they're supporting you, right? Number 2, it's because they're celebrating your success. They're celebrating your success. And number 3, probably a very small number, is because they are so very happy that you are now off of their payroll, right? I just graduated one, so believe me, I get it, Mom and Dad. I get it. But I think back when I was a little boy. I remember when I was 5 years old, my first Little League baseball game. Who was in the stands? It was Mom and Dad cheering me on. I was 10 years old, my first spelling bee. I finished 2nd place. The little girl got an easier word than I did. It's my first spelling bee, finished 2nd place, Mom and Dad still supporting me. Fast forward to my freshman year at University of Tulsa, to all the time I was here. My mom and dad never missed a university football game. Why? Because they loved me and they supported me. No different, by the way, than all of you out here today. Our success and your success is a result of the family that you have, the friends you have that have supported you. So I'm going to do something that's probably a little unusual. All the graduates, I want you to do something real quick. I want you to stand for me. All the graduates, stand for me. Okay? It's kind of good because you're getting kind of sweaty anyway, right? I want you now to look around this auditorium and find the people that are here supporting you today. Make eye contact with them. Okay? Now, graduates, I want you to give them a standing ovation. Give them a standing ovation. You can be seated. I don't want you to forget anything. Remember how you got here, graduates. I think of a book that I read. I just finished my football career. I started my business career, and there was a gentleman by the name of Lee Iacocca. He was a big executive at the time. And Lee Iacocca had a quote. In his quote in his book said this: how many people on their deathbed say, gee, I wish I spent more time at the office? They don't, do they? As you start pursuing your career, don't forget your family. Don't forget your family. What's really special for me today, my wife is here, Dr. Upton said that. My 81-year-old mother, my 82-year-old father are here today. So no different than when I was 5 years old, than when I was 10 years old, or then I was 18 years old. My parents never stopped supporting me. The same support I have as a little boy, I have as a 55-year-old grown adult. So don't forget what your parents and your family do for you. Now, one thing's going to happen when I go home tonight. One thing's going to happen. My mother is going to say to me, Stuart, I only get called Stuart when I'm in trouble, okay? Stuart, why'd you tell those nice people at the graduation that I'm 81 years old? And I'm going to say, Mother, mother. And by the way, I only call her mother when I have to make a point with her. I'm going to say, Mother, I just told everybody that I'm 55 years old. I suspect they know that you are no longer 39 years old. Right, Mom? I can tell you, nothing changes. I am so grounded tonight. I am so much trouble when I go home tonight. Thank God I live in Chicago, right? Okay, 2 more points. I want to make 2 more points. I'm almost done, okay? Diplomas are coming. Second point is this. What is your legacy? I'm sure a lot of you have thought about this. You've now thinking about what is life after TU? What is life after TU? What is the legacy I'm going to leave? Now, a lot of people spend a lot of time thinking about it, and some people don't think any time thinking about it. I've thought about it a lot. As you get older, you do think about it a lot. It's funny. I've changed the way I think about leaving a legacy. There's 2 things I want to be remembered for, and I want to challenge you with 2. Only 2 things. Are you a person of integrity? And are you a person of character? 2 simple things. Are you a person of integrity? And are you a person of character? You see, what's going to happen over your life is you've got a value system. We all have a value system and a belief system. And those values and those beliefs are challenged over the years as we move into our careers. Some people compromise those values, and they do things that they don't really want to do, and they compromise what's important to them. My second challenge to you is be who you want to be. Don't compromise those things that are important to you. Remain a person of character and remain a person of integrity. Because quite frankly, when it's all said and done, those are about 2 of the fewest things that we can actually bring with us as we go into eternity. Think about that. Think about that. Think about staying true to your values as you graduate. Staying true to your values. Third point. Love what you do. You're embarking upon many different careers. We're going to have some petroleum engineers in here, some nurses, some folks going off to law school, some lawyers actually finishing. A lot of different careers. The biggest mistake I've seen, now that I've been out of school for a few years, is some people chased a paycheck. They chased a paycheck. Let me challenge you to love what you do. I want you to think about it. I've been working now for 30 years. I don't count the first 3 years out of college work for me. Kicking football was not work, okay? Last 30 years, I have sold gasoline, I've sold motor oil, and I've sold tires. That ain't very sexy, folks, all right? That's not very sexy. But I can tell you, I can count in one hand the amount of days I wake up and I don't love what I do. And you know why? Because I knew 30 years ago when I started working my real job that I could make a difference in people's lives. I knew I could. Now, as the president and chairman of the company I'm running, yes, there's 23,000 teammates that I have a chance to really positively or negatively affect their lives. But nothing has changed those last 30 years. Love what you do. I suspect if I asked a lot of these professors around and behind me, they would say that they got an education for one reason. Because they wanted to make a difference in people's lives. Some will tell you they wanted to become a writer. Some will tell you they love to research. But I suspect all of them would tell you that they love what they do. I want you to think about that as you embark upon your career, because it goes so very, very quick. And even selling tires can be fun, folks. It can actually be fun. Love what you do. That's all I've got. Diplomas are coming. I'm going to wrap this up for you. Number 1, family. Other than my faith, family is always first. I want to challenge you to make family first as well. Number 2, what do you want to leave as a legacy? Remain a person of integrity and a person of character. Number 3, absolutely love what you do. Life is too short not to absolutely get up in the morning and love what you do. All those things need to be surrounded by aiming for the upright of life. Do everything you can, not just good, be great in everything you do. I am so proud of this graduating class. As I said, so honored to be here. Congratulations. And last thing I have to say is, go TU!
Wow, that's a tough act to follow. But now we are really to the heart of the program, and Stu, that inspiring message and getting the graduates to stand up and get a little blood flow going. We can now move on to the presentation of degrees. Let me introduce Provost Roger Blaze for this year's presentation. Roger.
We now will proceed to the presentation of our degree candidates. Some of the candidates whose degrees will be granted were not able to be with us today. Others will receive their degrees pending completion of prescribed summer work. The College of Law held its hooding ceremony yesterday, and its graduates are represented this morning by Dean Janet Levitt. An important tradition is the special recognition of students who have earned a grade point average of 3.5 or above during their total undergraduate careers at the University of Tulsa. Our recognition designates these superior grade point averages with terms that identify precise academic achievement. After each honor graduate's name is read, one of the following designations will be added: cum laude, signifying a grade point average of 3.5 to 3.79, magna cum laude, signifying a grade point average of 3.8 to 3.99, and summa cum laude, signifying a grade point average of 4.0, all A's for the entire degree. Honor students can also be recognized by the gold tasseled cords worn around their necks. Will all our degree candidates please rise as you're able? President Upham, the candidates before you have fulfilled all the requirements for graduation, and upon recommendation of the faculty and their colleges, are presented to you for the appropriate degrees.
Thank you, Provost Blaze. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Tulsa and the State of Oklahoma, I confer upon you the degrees for which the Provost and your deans have recommended you, with all of the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from right to left to designate your status as graduates of the University of Tulsa.
We will now proceed with the awarding of the individual degrees.
I recognize the Dean of the Collins College of Business, Dr. A. Gail Sullenberger, and graduates, you may be seated.
Will all of the graduates for bachelor's degrees from the Collins College of Business please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Stop them?
Yeah. Robert Brendan Hannigan. Allison Rose Kiefer, magna cum laude. Angela Claire Metzler, cum laude. Colleen Rose Woolrab, cum laude. Jamie Rebecca Roloff, cum laude. Colby John Scott, cum laude. James Gray Chambers. Abby Marie Metters, cum laude. David Andrew Kennedy. J.J. Parker, magna cum laude. Juan Sebastian Garcia. Eduardo Andres Ruz. Nicholas Burke. Travis Will Burmaster. Cody Lee Kent. Stephanie Jo Smith, cum laude. Daniel Brito. Alan Joseph Sudrala. Taylor Nicole McMaster. Ashley Helen Griffin, summa cum laude. Brandy Ann Craig, magna cum laude. Samantha Danielle Vickers, cum laude. Cassandra Michelle Taylor. Renee Christine Alexander, cum laude. Brian Reed Holland. Troy Allen Berman. Travis Fletcher Woodard. Kirby Daniel James. Nicholas Gerard Bacala. Chao Hong Cho. Casey Paul McCreary. Laura Lindsay Stebbins. Haley Janelle Lucero. Kyle Douglas Radke, cum laude. Nathan Thomas Barrett, cum laude. Hannah Margaret Smith, magna cum laude. Grace Nicole Davenport, cum laude. Caitlin Danae Jackson, cum laude. Sarah Marie Corder, cum laude. Margaret Ann Hagenbart, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Freeman, magna cum laude. Swan Tu Wong Win, magna cum laude. Taylor Amanda Costley, magna cum laude. Tyler Joseph Strafey. Tucker Joseph Bates Ruich. Logan Vanson Moss Jr. Grant Andrew Marcoux, magna cum laude. Kevin Wells Richardson, cum laude. Elizabeth Danielle Smith, cum laude. Caitlin Baldwin. Caitlin Nicole Heiling. Janessa Joy Dunn, cum laude. Larissa Noel Mitchell, cum laude. Emily Grace Dunn, magna cum laude. Zhu Wei Chin, magna cum laude. Lon Lon Mio, cum laude. Li Tong. Zheng Feng Hu. Ko Japan, cum laude. Xin Ran Shi. Bohan Wang.
Shu Wa Pei, Xing Zhao, Hai Song Zhong, Bryce Allen Kaysen, magna cum laude. Parker Dalton Malone, cum laude. Patrick Jacob Flam, Justin Dwayne Anderson, Riley Fagan Ayer, Abdulaziz Ali Al Muharib, Stella de Sousa Santana, Ghislaine Duca Onanga Isango Lambosa, Sylvia Sakango, Angela Marina dos Santos Cunha, Jordan Elizabeth Amon, Corinne Constance Hayworth, Cheng Yu Yang, Jia Jun Wu, Yi Ken Zhao, Ian Moosman, magna cum laude. Byron Knowles Ramirez, Alexander James Zerline, cum laude. Luis Abelardo Matamoros, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Brooke Ward, cum laude. Shaonan Chung, cum laude. Ming Yua Wong, Jia Wei Liu, Ian Patrick Clements, Rita Ben Abdurazik, Derek James Sanchez McCrory, Diana Marie Cortez, Sierra Marie Hughes, Logan Bradley Eddy, cum laude. Jonathan Gonzalez, Drea Lena Shaver, magna cum laude. Cassandra Maria Minks, magna cum laude. Madeline Merriweather Devine, cum laude. Marilyn Nicole Roberts, magna cum laude. Yi Lu, Yi Di Han, cum laude. Yang Zhao, magna cum laude. Jing Ming Hu, Xi Yin Gong, Jia Yao Zhong, Jia Wei John, magna cum laude. Susan Marie Roach, Michelle Janae Stokes, Claire Melissa Hawkins, Lydia Hope Harbaugh, Derek Christian Patterson, Joseph Edward Byron III, James Garrett Glad, William David LaFortune Jr., Jeffrey Graham Calvert, James Thomas Blair V, Victoria Elizabeth Tubio, Hannah Mae Hutchison, Valerie Laurel El Hussein, summa cum laude. Samuel Joseph Lazarus, Jared Michael Adams, Christopher Lee Zodro, Jennifer Sasson, Lori Jo Garr, Sarah Suzanne Barton, Zachary Brian Cade, Kedrika Massa Taylor, Mary Sarah Beam, Lily Nico, Kayla Renee Benet, David Michael Emberg, Rashad Remsen Smith, Derek Edward Alexander, Amber Danielle Fleet, Caitlin Ray Duncan, cum laude, Lucas Matthew Snyder, Blake Thomas Ross Abbott, Connor Garrison Floyd, James Neal Floyd Jr., Shannon Renee Zilkefus, Alexandria Denise Turner, Ashley Nicole Lewis, Mitchell cum laude, Jennifer Lynn Looper-Lark, cum laude, Laura Elizabeth Gross, summa cum laude, Melissa Lee Medley, Laurel Corrine Guild, Kylie Renee Jackson, cum laude, Brentum Joshua Carlton Todd,
The Collins College of Business graduates may be seated. I now recognize the Dean of the College of Engineering and Natural Sciences, Dr. James R. Sorum.
Will the undergraduate degree recipients for the College of Engineering and Natural Sciences please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Jared Paul Milford, cum laude, David Samuel Gogalakis, magna cum laude, Christopher Michael Butler, cum laude, Samuel Glenn Carr, cum laude, Kyle Patrick Walker, magna cum laude, Jesse Christopher Kipe, cum laude, Connor Allen Langford, magna cum laude, Kristen Lee Thornburg, magna cum laude, Aaron Tyler Thornburg, magna cum laude, Matthew Bryce Collier, cum laude, Nicholas Anthony Blandino, cum laude, Sean Michael Parker, Amber Kristen Hollingsworth, Meghana Madhusudan Rao, cum laude, Michael D. Huynh, Zachary Taylor Scott Hill, Zachary Alexander Bunnell, Mohammed Ali Gori, Ahmed Al-Shihi, Kyle Andrew Cook, David Martin Glover, Nicholas Orion Cox-Stibe. Shannon Nicole Sutton, magna cum laude. Nathaniel J. Rake, cum laude. Timothy Wade McDonald. Trokan Pah Johnson, cum laude. Samuel Zane Rourke. Daniel Glenn Lee. William Allen Shamehouse. Jordan Matthew Flash, cum laude. Jackson Denver Haywood, cum laude. Stephen Glenn Lowe, cum laude. Daniel Michael Vogel, cum laude. Derek Carlton Hill. Austin Michael Neal. Catherine Elizabeth Page. Daniel Adam Volak. John Nicholson Whalen. Justin Garrett Davis. Madeline Lee Shield. Caitlin Ann Potachik. Joseph Thomas Mayer, magna cum laude. Michael David Womble. Jordan Reed Cook, magna cum laude. Daniel Matthew McDonald, magna cum laude. Hans Joseph Brindy, magna cum laude. Leland Michael Abels, cum laude. Paul Gerald Subcheck, cum laude. Stephen Craig Kleinheider, cum laude. Matthew James Wiseman, cum laude. Reed Patrick Johnston. Zachary Aaron Gill, magna cum laude. Yanni Leapis. David Edward Bowl Jr., magna cum laude. Marcia Elizabeth Jolly, cum laude. Kevin Michael Bittner, magna cum laude. Grace Iris Johnson, cum laude. Nicole Marie Coppola, magna cum laude. Anne Marie Himmelberg, cum laude. Lance William Nagy. Colt Alton Johnson, magna cum laude. Devin Marie Stranford, summa cum laude. Mitchell Adam Trafford, summa cum laude. Connor Davis McGarrity, magna cum laude. Muhammad Afif Samkir bin Muhammad Sobri, cum laude. Intain Darwina Suhada Aziz, magna cum laude. Mohammed Fahmy Abdul Rahman. Yosef Walid Amin, cum laude. Fahad Ali Al-Zarani. Michael Paul Crockett, cum laude. William Michael Shamanik, cum laude. Lena Van, cum laude. Lily Ann Clough. Andrew Quinn Starker, summa cum laude. Carter Megan Scarborough, summa cum laude. Alina Agrovna Rosenbaum. Philip Jacob Gasser, cum laude. Charles Longtine, magna cum laude. Alexandria Maria Chung, cum laude. Susie Ting Yu Shi. Amna Matsud Javed, cum laude. Jessica Whitney Crossfield, magna cum laude. Rebecca Marie Crockett, cum laude. Robert Darrell Beltrain. William Carroll Mitchell II. Thomas Hawkins McCone. Alexander Thomas Bismeyer. Ryan Scott Zabel. Jeffrey Logan Miller. Adeoluwa Oyiwole, magna cum laude. Scott D. Walters, magna cum laude. Yermek Alzanoff. Zachary Taylor Lathrop, cum laude. Luke Timothy Allen, cum laude. Antonio Cabral Coelho das Cruz, cum laude. Nelson Sabalo Reyes Canyaga, cum laude. Jose Luis Biwasa, cum laude. Johnny Bralu Wimi Pilartes, cum laude. Joshua David McClure. Patrick Tommy Turving. Valerie Gale Whitlatch. John Blackwell III. Crystal Eden Wise. Mikhail Carlin Beasley. Carolyn Dale Hirschberg. Carson Rose Bazell.
Don't do the middle name.
Santiago Fernandez. Pei Ching Lee. Andrew Robert Williams, cum laude. Molly Catherine Wagner. Megan Jamie Cole, cum laude. Allison Rose Bennett. Kelsey Marie Shulata. Caleb Andrew LaRue, summa cum laude. Philip Alexander Culp, cum laude. Rebecca Michelle Moorman, cum laude. Sascha McKaylee Mills, cum laude. Renee Suzanne Hickson. Jillian Nicole Schmidt, magna cum laude. Zachary Ali Cockrell. Ali Mohammed Al-Yami. Mohsen Mahami Al-Gubari. Musay Mohammed Al-Nazradi. Husan Al-Bari. Khalid Mubarak Al-Kahaldi. Ahmed Abdullah Al-Ruwachid. Mohammed Ahmed Al-Mureki. Mushabab Mohammed Al-Katani. Ahmed Abdulaziz Al-Akil. Mohammed Abdulaziz Al-Gatan. Yuziki Boa Li. Ji Yuan Chin. Tori Faith Russell. William Earl Chen. Ryan Runyon Latcham. Zia Tong Jong, cum laude. Kwa Ling Jong, magna cum laude. Shu Ai Han, cum laude. Dang Pan, magna cum laude. Sarah Clement English, cum laude. Chad Allen Crawford, cum laude. Nail Naji Al-Brahim. Murtada Musin Nekli. Mohammed Abdul Mohsen Al-Ali. John Martin Tyndall. Catherine Marion Cooley. Melissa Ann Urquhart. Kame On. Ashley Elizabeth Johnson. Jefferson Grant Sigler. Andrew Barton Tucker. Julie Marie Robinson. Uku Fatma Sarika. Amal Ali Al-Ashawar. Jumana Habib Al-Nasser, cum laude. Akila Majid Al-Marzouk, cum laude. Qing Wan Zhang. Qin Yi Huang. Chong Huang. Jia Tong Lu. Fan Zhang. Ruwa Feng. Brock Orla Ferguson. Taylor Andrew Phillips. Isaiah Morgan Fleetwood. Eric Douglas Hanson. Adam Michael Johnson. Win Shu Ju. Xian Chong Li. Jeffrey Thomas Harris. Elliot Lake Bauman. Paul Reynolds Roberts. Miriam C. Dos Santos Domingos.
The College of Engineering and Natural Sciences graduates may be seated. It's my pleasure to now recognize Dean of the Henry Kendall College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Kalpana Misra.
Will the recipients of the bachelor's degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Yes. Mackenzie Paige Stokes. Avery Christine Palin, magna cum laude. Amritha Harikumar. Montega Disarray Jordan. David Carol Anderson, magna cum laude. Brandon Taylor Macy. Cassidy Jade Jones. Helen Alicia Valdez Snellgrove. Sarah Marie Gilcrease, magna cum laude. Hannah Jean Lafranzo, magna cum laude. Victoria Claire McGoran, cum laude. Daniel Ladd Maxwell. Benjamin James Crumweedy, magna cum laude. Thomas Jeffrey Smith. Brian Andrew Galt, magna cum laude. Kisto Max Stotz, magna cum laude. Taylor Jack Conley, cum laude. Dana Marie Ferris, cum laude. Sarah Maud Richardson. Shauna Michelle Compassi. Erin Victoria Hoofer. Shelby Lynn Stubbe. Grace Jin Seidel, magna cum laude. Caitlin Michelle Rudd, cum laude. Kelsey Mann Kindbaum, magna cum laude. Lauren Meredith Stanley, summa cum laude. Isaura Abiagail Enrique Aguilar. Brianna Aman Edgehill, magna cum laude. Stephanie Salcedo Medina. Megan Ray White, magna cum laude. Jessica Danielle Goolsbay, summa cum laude. Alexandria Page Shachamel. Presley Dawn Watkins, cum laude. Allison Brooks Kokenauer. Henry David Carlson. Emily Ann Carter, cum laude. Amanda Brooke Hagedorn, magna cum laude. Morgan Brianna Richardson, cum laude. Caden Christine Brady. Mariah Kathleen Turner. Jordan Montgomery O'Brien. William Walker Knoll. Austin Robert McDaniel, cum laude. Rachel Marie Roberts. Jatarian Keon Douglas. Catherine Therese Boole, summa cum laude. Julie Marie Austin, summa cum laude. Camden Quinn Udwin. Savannah Eden Walton, summa cum laude. Molly Beth Noah. Emily Brooke Boutwell, cum laude. Danielle Lee Napier, cum laude. Maggie Sage Hunter. Isaiah Cornell Jordan. Keith Gerard Daniels. Krishina Trishay Kimbrew. Andrew Michael Capps. Carly Cockman. Cameron Michael Still, cum laude. Jason Wade Young. Candice Marie Gilstrap. Lottie Cecilia Bublitz, cum laude. Alyssa Victoria Webb. Matthew Daniel Schmitz. Patrick James Fox. Caroline Hartsill Reagan, cum laude. Catherine Marie Hagan, cum laude. Jennifer Coronado. Shirji Gung. Heidi Renee Winterberg. Sonia Ray Worthy, cum laude. Nigel Austin Thomas Cook, magna cum laude. Haley Christine Stritzel, summa cum laude. Connor Strauss Shaneberger. Benjamin Christopher Quint. Brenton Anthony McCulloch. Mary Hope Forsyth, magna cum laude. Bridget Marie Alexander, cum laude. Kelly Ann Bazan, cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Hansen, cum laude. Carissa Lynn Ziegler, cum laude. Elizabeth Jane Rainey. J.J. Cody. Sarah Ellen Hartley, summa cum laude. Ashley Lynn Bradley, cum laude. Joseph Michael Daniel. Haley Lorraine Higgs, summa cum laude. Kylie Grace Thomas, magna cum laude. William Henry Briere. Joseph Dylan Brumley. Forrest Alexander Fajadian, magna cum laude. Lana Janice Bible. Farah Disarray Dykes, summa cum laude. Casey Raquel Johnson, cum laude. Tara Dawn Moses, cum laude. Ryan Lee Fox. Janisa Kiana Giles. Erin Lynn Alexander, summa cum laude. Julia H. De Leon. Brian Keith McGeehee. Brandon Dale Bainey, magna cum laude. Rachel Marie Ballou. Patricia Perazzo. Caitlin Elizabeth Aikman. Gabriela Isabel Pierce, magna cum laude. Nicole Carolyn Hager, cum laude. Colleen Rose Worab, cum laude. Crystal Eden Wise. Michael John Mancini, magna cum laude.
Graduates from the Henry Kendall College of Arts and Sciences may be seated. I now recognize Dean of the Graduate School and Vice Provost for Research, Dr. Janet Haggerty, who will be assisted by Adrian Alexander, RM, and Ida McFarland, Dean of the Library, for the bestowing of the graduate degrees. Dr. Haggerty.
Will the master's graduates please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Nitya P. Patel. Casey Leanne Patterson. Caitlin Tiana Dingle. Stephanie Danielle Watling. Kylie Bryn Rodriguez. Cassandra Lee Bertolot. Grace Virginia Marquez. Geraldine Gurry. Sarah Guadalupe Martinez. Kimberly Ann Campbell. Trevor Schultz. Travis Donald Bowles. Catherine Marie Bruce. Aaron Edward Daniels. Michael David D. Shazer. Stephen Daniel Chupak. Josh William Jennings. Kyle Glenn Andrews. Jeremy Ray Massey. Zach Arthur Joe Kirkendall. Stephen James West. Nathan Forrest Hutchins. Allison Augustin Mascus. Ryan Andrew Carmen. Rachel Elizabeth Wynn. Curtis Andrew French. Alexander William Schneider. Joshua Isaac Josephson. Matthew Ryan Kundert. Sarah Marie Munson. Jean Elaine Dudek. Naima Dawn Van Dusen. Emily Ann Jensky. Jordan Lynn Williams. Jose Luis Corseca. Hadil Hamid Al-Harbi. Andrew Joseph Blank. Jeffrey Tonga. Fonga. Ross Edward Heyman. Young Gu Shi. Ya Guan Li. Yu Pei Liu. Stephen Isaac Reed. Jordan Taylor Hunt. Michael Joseph Jefferson Caligari. Mackenzie Fagan Ayer. Hamid Reza Mosafari. Theory Laurent Marie Grogabada. Ghana Presuna Falaparti. Sarthan Jane. Priyanka Maruti Kadam. Sasibala Shanganti. Soham Monishi Seth. Chinmay Milan Telang. Shiran Yu. Kesuan Lee. Wei Bue Liu. Za Chin Fong. Christine Rice. Casey Jane Trotter. Andrew James Smith. David James Castle. Amruta Dubewar. Hadam Mohammed Al-Malki. Mohammed Ibrahim Al-Nim. She Li. Yi Ling. Ariante Nababen. Jose Daniel Valbuena Fuen Mayor. Julio Abel Gismara, Ibrahim Tuslak, Mehmet Tolga Sapahi, Samet Akenji, Mary Elizabeth Hagenbart, Emily Ann Nelden, Amanda Renee Rowling, Bavisha Vashi, Sarah City Berger, Julia Rose Weber, Haley Diane Fuller, Natalie Brooke Mason, Hannah Elizabeth Purin, Nassis Brown, Todd Randall Boaz, Jamie Carol Prokopova, Ryan Scott Donaldson, Lauren Claire West, Tyler James Kinshella, Latasha June Villarreal Hutchins, Deborah Ann Burke, Millie Oti, Naomi Faye Everett, Alexandra Joanne Savage, Caitlin Elizabeth Merwin, Brooke Julene Smart, Abdurrahman Diallo, Andrew Stephen Bush, Kenneth Schneider, Rachel Lee Michael, Ludovina Vasquez, Lily Leu, Haley Danielle Dahl, Cameron Chase Llewellyn, Michael Alberto Tapia, Rachel Elizabeth Savage, Sydney Gabrielle Cunningham, Amy Saraf Renshaw.
The master's graduates may be seated. Will the doctoral graduates please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas and be invested with the hoods emblematic of the Doctor of Philosophy? Dr. Miram Abudaka. Dr. Faraz Aruhemani. Dr. Hadi Arabnacha. Dr. Ben Emmanuel Bosa. Dr. Cass Fay Bridge. Dr. Yen Hong Chen. Dr. Muhammad Durrani. Dr. Michael Haney.
Professor Hale.
Dr. Hamid Reza Karami. Dr. Young Dong Ko. Dr. Naga Kodori. Dr. Kamyar Najmi. Dr. Hong Nguyen. Dr. Kelsey Parker. Dr. A. Rittirong. Dr. Robert Gregory Stone. Dr. Ellen Terry.
The doctoral graduates may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the 135th graduating class from the University of Tulsa. It is now my pleasure to present those who will bring the charge to the graduates. The newly ex-president of the Student Association, Michael Mancini, class of 2015, followed by President of the Board of Directors of the University of Tulsa Alumni Association, Binay Agrawal, class of 2001, and MBA class of 2006. Michael?
Thank you, President Upham, trustees, faculty, staff, family, friends, and class of 2015. It is a great privilege to address you on this momentous day. Graduation means many different things to all of us. It's a sigh of relief at having finally made it to the finish lines of our degree programs. It's a rush of anticipation to start the next chapter in our lives. It's a chance to thank our loved ones, both near and far, for their support throughout the journey through college. These individual feelings today reflect the unique experiences that have influenced each of us during our time as a part of the Golden Hurricane. The opportunity to work together here at the University of Tulsa in our special community of inquiry built up the skills and expertise that we will put to good use in the years to come. Perhaps more importantly, though, we leave having fulfilled TU's mission statement to instill the principles of wisdom, faith, and service in all of us. I charge you today to live each of those values as you embark on your next adventure. Wisdom doesn't come from a 2-week coffee binge cramming for exams in McFarland. It's the willingness to weigh contrasting arguments carefully and to act on your knowledge judiciously in diverse situations. Those abilities require training and practice, so continue to think critically in your career and in life. The diversity of faith traditions present at TU promotes great conversations about some of life's most fundamental questions. Hopefully in your time here, you met both people who shared your beliefs and people who challenged you to thoughtfully discuss them. Through service, we take what we learned here at TU and multiply its impact. Whether you worked with True Blue neighbors in Kendall Whittier, attended an SA service day, or found other ways to help out our neighborhood, your demonstrated history of turning your focus outward bodes well for your future communities. Having left our mark on TU during our time here, and now that we have our degrees to show for it, we are another step closer to fulfilling our dreams. Some of you came here with a long-term goal in mind. Others might have had a rough idea, and some were still searching for direction. Whatever your situation when you arrived, you leave TU with the skills to succeed, but more significantly with the attitude to chart your course with purpose. As you look forward to a bright future, don't hesitate to look back to our alma mater's cardinal virtues for guidance. Thanks, y'all. We did it!
You're so close. Sigh of relief, right? Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the University of Tulsa Alumni Association, it is my great pleasure to welcome you, to be the first to welcome you into the ranks of TU alumni. I would like to congratulate you on what you've accomplished thus far. A little over 8 years ago, I sat where you are sitting today, and I was there for the second time. My family and friends were in the stands just like you, and I was so excited, anxious, but I also couldn't help but feel a little bit nostalgic just thinking back on all the great things that had happened to me throughout my time at TU. I didn't realize that shortly after, when I'd be moving out to DC, that I wouldn't be able to be out in the stands at the ball games, going to events, participating in the community events, and doing all of the different things that I love to do. There's an affection that so many of us have for this university, and it's something that just can't be described to a lot of people who aren't affiliated with this university. It's a feeling of being a part of something so great and so humbling, and I am and I always will be a proud Golden Hurricane. I'm pleased to welcome you as the newest members of the TU Alumni Association. Unlike many of our counterparts, membership in our organization is entirely free for the rest of your life. The TU family is strong. We have about 35,000 members in the US and all over the world, and the legacy they have and continues to make us proud. The Alumni Association is growing with over 12 chapters across the country and 22 clubs, including our first international club in India. Your TU experience doesn't end today, though. I would invite you all to visit tualumni.com, update your address, update your email, update all of your information, and throughout your life, as you change jobs, change locations, change everything, please continue to let us know, because that's going to be the best way that we can reach out to you. I would invite you to attend networking events, join local chapters, local clubs, if they're available in your area. Follow us through social media, and help us recruit the best and brightest to TU. Go off and do amazing things. Challenge yourself to always be better, but no matter how far you go or how disconnected you may feel, never forget where you came from. Always be proud of TU. We hope to see you back on campus for homecoming, special events or games, or simply to stop by and say hello and see what's new, because as we all know, there's always something new going on at TU. And finally, I would ask that you give back to TU in a way that's most comfortable to you. Whether you're attending a chapter or club event, hosting a potential student, participating in an athletic, cultural, or networking event, or making your annual monetary contribution back to TU in any amount, I hope that you'll make that an ongoing part of your life every year. You will always be a part of the TU family, and we will share in your successes and support you in your hardest times. I wish you all the best for the future. Congratulations, class of 2015. And go TU!
How about one more round of applause for this class? Daniel Maxwell will now lead us in the alma mater. Daniel.
Hail to thee, alma mater, gold and blue. Praise from thy sons and daughters old and new. Pride in our hearts, our voices, let us raise. Filled with devotion, we will sing thy praise. Alma mater, now we honor, loyal, always true. We will lift our voice in chorus. Hail to Tulsa!
Thank you, Daniel, and thank you all for being here today, and thank you for what you have done, class of 2015. To you who celebrate this milestone today, before we end our proceedings, I would like to mention to your families, those who wish to take photographs of the graduates near the stage should come immediately to the stage after the recessional. Now, go from this place changed, transformed. Celebrate the exciting possibilities that lie ahead. Deeply in my heart, I have this blessing that I pray for you, that you may go forth from this very present moment into a future that is hope-filled, life-giving, and joy-shaped. Seek your dreams with great and lasting faith. Pursue your hopes with the knowledge that you've received and the wisdom you've gained, and live the calling toward which God is drawing you, welcoming it with deep gratitude and humble service. And now may God, the one who creates us, redeems us, sustains us in all our life, may he go with us, go with you, go with us all this day and forevermore. Amen.
Here we go. 3,